This report includes graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
I went to all the morgues. I went to all the hospitals. Nadia sobs hysterically. Where is my son? His name is Mohammed, and he worked at the pyramids. The 15-year-old disappeared on his way home on the first day of the uprising. Clutching his picture, Mohammed's younger brother hopes someone at Tahrir Square might recognize him. Just one of many Egyptians unaccounted for since these demonstrations began. I hope you come back, Mohammed. I hope you come back, his mother cries in agony. The family hopes, but also fears, that he has been detained. Even before the recent unrest, Human Rights Watch has long accused Egypt of oppressive police state tactics against dissidents and has been trying to document missing persons cases that may be politically motivated. Last summer, 28-year-old businessman Khalid Saeed was dragged out of a cafe, witnesses say, and beaten to death by plainclothes police.
The police brutality when, Khalid was crying, you're killing me, and yet they were still banging his head against the steps and the marble steps and the metal door.
Hundreds took to the streets in Alexandria to protest the killing, their horror over such brutality overcoming any fear of reprisal. The government initially claimed that Khalid, who according to supporters had evidence of police corruption, died of asphyxiation after trying to swallow a packet of drugs, but has since acknowledged he was beaten to death. A Facebook page started by a human rights activist was bannered "We are all Khalid Saeed," using cell phone photos from the morgue, to give witness to the type of brutality later used against anti-Mubarak protesters in Tahrir Square that has captured the attention of the world.
I think what this recent crisis has really highlighted is the very repressive nature of the police state that we've had under Mubarak since he took over. There are really no limits to how far the security services in this country will go to protect the status quo.
Human Rights Watch says attacks against the media during the protests show the government is deliberately trying to create a sense of paranoia by blaming Western elements for wanting to create chaos.
This seems to be a strategy to try and limit the international coverage, which has been very sympathetic to the demands of protesters.
2 New York Times correspondents reported Sunday on how they were taken into custody by Egyptian authorities, turned over to secret police, and interrogated in a cold, padded room. The worst part had nothing to do with our treatment, they wrote. It was seeing, and in particular hearing through the walls of this dreadful facility, the abuse of Egyptians at the hands of their own government. The reporters were held overnight and released. But as they told us, the treatment is not always so benign for Egyptians. This protester, a development economist and active blogger whose name is Mohammed, was stopped on the way home one day last week at a civilian checkpoint in a neighborhood hostile towards the ongoing protests. He said his laptop was taken and he was accused of being a foreign agent.
First slap on the back of the head was like their big signs, like everybody started pummeling the guy. So it was a little insane. So I was getting kind of hit from all sides, more particularly to the head for some reason. I actually touched my head, had bloody hands, and started shouting, literally screaming for my life, really, because there was no stopping them. It's a blind mob, and people behave very differently in a mob.
But was this happening within eyesight of the military?
Within, 4 yards of an officer and 2 soldiers.
He said the soldiers told him they had orders not to interfere. Just one of many scarred by recent events in a nation that still must heal from its past. Arwa Damon, CNN, Cairo.